Welcome to Pass More Books. Ah, goodness, today is a crazy day, and we just rearranged our house a little bit, so my bookshelf isn't even organized, and this morning my 6-month-old baby knocked over an entire pitcher of orange juice in our kitchen. So we're kind of still in the process of cleaning up our kitchen, and anyway, at least it's a holiday. It's Pioneer Day, and my husband's home to help me with kids. And I'm determined to be a little bit better at vlogging, and I just want to talk about books. So here we are. Let's pass more books. Okay, so I feel like I've finished a lot of books recently that I've been really excited about, and I just haven't gotten time to really write up Instagram reviews, but they've been really fun. Like Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer I just finished. Oh, it's like way up there. One second. Here it is. I had so much fun with this book. It was so fun. It's a YA romance set in like a beach town, kind of small. They really rely on tourist season for a lot of their economy. And this sophomore girl is like kind of a perfectionist, overachiever, and is really frustrated with her biology lab partner. It's not biology, it's like marine science. I don't know. They are learning a lot about the environment and conserving it and protecting sea life. But her lab partner she's so frustrated with and feels like he doesn't contribute, and then she magically gets this power to instantly give people universal karma for bad things they've done or good things they've done. So she sees people doing something rude, cutting somebody off in traffic, and then she kind of well, she doesn't snap her fingers, but she does her thing, and they get some karma instantly. That kind of thing. And the only person it doesn't work on is her lab partner, who she is so frustrated with, and she's like, what? Anyway, so things happen. She starts learning more about him, and you really care about all the characters. All the characters are so well fleshed out, and I guessed some things, but was also really able to just enjoy the ride. This was really fun. So that's a book I finished recently that I had so much fun with. Currently, I am reading A Monstrous Regiment of Women. This is the second book in the Mary Russell Sherlock Holmes series. I don't know if there's an official name for it. I guess that's what it's called. The first book I have in here. Oh no, I'm having a friend borrow it. I'm actually borrowing this series from a friend, but I let another friend borrow the first book because we're reading it for book club. Woo! The Beekeeper's Apprentice is the first book, and it was so much fun. Essentially, in that book, this young girl named Mary, she's 14 or 15 when the book starts. She kind of just runs into Sherlock Holmes out in the country, and he's watching some bees. He's kind of taking care of his own swarm of bees. And they have this really funny first encounter where she kind of just shows how smart she is. She has that same kind of ability to observe little details and piece them together into the bigger picture. She recognizes, because he's marked certain bees that are coming and going in certain directions, she realizes what he's trying to accomplish by observing those certain bees. And Sherlock is kind of surprised that she realized this, and then he's even more surprised to learn that she's a girl. And because she was dressed up as a boy at the time, because she's feminist and rebellious like that. Oh, also, this is set much in the future after a bunch of the Sherlock Holmes books, and he's in his 50s. Anyway, so he takes her on as his apprentice, teaching her how to be a detective, and they end up going on a couple crazy cases together, and it was really fun, really well done. I have more to say about that later in another video that I'm filming with my brother, because we read it at the same time so that we could talk about it together in a video. So all you need to know is that it was so fun, and I had a great time, and I'm on book 2, which is A Monstrous Regiment of Women. And you can see where my bookmark is. I'm just starting chapter 7, I'm on page 72, and it's been so fun. Almost instantly in the beginning, it was just oh, we're back to hanging out with Mary and her friends, and it's so fun. And then she like runs into Holmes again, and the conflict almost immediately is just like there's so much tension, and it's like so good but also hurts so much. Like I'm just like, can you just be friends again? But also I'm like eating up all the drama that's like between them. And it's really fun, and we've kind of just gotten more into the beginnings of a case, and I'm very interested to see how things are going to unfold. There's some interesting characters, and lots and lots of feminist themes in this book, and it's interesting. I feel like I have not felt very oppressed in my life by men in general, like, so it's interesting to just really see those perspectives of women who have felt that. This has been lots of fun. I'm really excited to keep going. I'm also listening to an audiobook on my phone, Fireborne by Rosaria Munda. Is that Rosaria Munda? And it's been, how far am I in it? I'm 60% of the way through, and it's been fun. It's been fine. It's not, I don't feel like it's the best book ever. I don't know, it's just, I'm not, just like the whole situation and the whole kind of plot line feels very, like I've been there before. It's not very original. I'm loving the characters in general. The characters are pretty like engaging and I like them, but it's just, I don't know, it's like whenever I'm in the moment and I'm listening to it, like the writing is good and I feel what the characters are feeling, and I'm like, oh, I really hope you get what you want, or I hope you don't die, or whatever it is. But then like when I'm not reading it, I'm not excited to go back to it because it just doesn't feel like we're really going anywhere that I haven't been before, if that makes sense. Essentially the storyline is there were these dragon lords who were like the only ones who could ride dragons. They were very kind of tyrannical, and then there was this big rebellion, and so now the dragon lords are basically wiped out, but there's like a couple family members, kind of like how, like, you know, Anastasia, kind of like one person who survived kind of thing. So one of our main characters is like, would have been the next big empire dragon lord king person, and he went to an orphanage, and he and one of his best friends, who's like just grew up as dirt, you know, they've both been chosen to like learn how to ride dragons. And so there's kind of this interesting conflict of like, he's actually supposed to be a dragon lord in his like past life, and she would like never would have had that chance, and now they're both having this opportunity to become like the best of the best dragon riders. And there's all sorts of like tensions in this kind of new government, and there's, you know, the old survivors who are trying to rebel and take back the kingdom, and so there's lots of tension and lots of political things, and but also lots of like really great like just character tension and stuff. So it's like, it's fine. It just feels, like I said, characters are fun, writing is great. The plot just feels very like, I've been there before. I'm not like, I don't know. So I'm trying to like keep listening to it though, because I do want to finish it, and I've heard lots of good things about it, and I think the third book is coming out August, very soon. So it'd be fun to like get to read the whole series at once, so I don't know, we'll see. I also, on my phone, was reading Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, just as an ebook, and I was loving it. Oh my goodness. I had heard lots of great things about it from other booktubers, and I mean, I didn't really know much about it going in. I just kind of read the brief premise that Libby has for you, you know, and I was like, oh, fun, two magicians kind of coming out of the works in a kind of English setting. And then I started reading it and realized that it was like such an excellent Regency tone. Like just the writing, it just immerses you in that era like so well, and I was so excited. And then I realized that she was also using footnotes to help kind of like just add that kind of tone, and the footnotes were so fun, just adding extra fun details and world building, like really done well. But in this Libby app, I would click on the footnote and it would take me to like the very end of the book, and I would read the footnote and then have to go like all the way back to my page, which was kind of bookmarked. And so like it was fine after, like it was annoying at first, and then I was like, okay, this is fine. But then the links stopped working entirely, and I was like, well, I don't want to miss out on the footnotes. Like, the footnotes are so fun and adding so much, so I've decided I need to like wait on that until I get like a physical copy where I can like enjoy the footnotes at my own pace and not worry about links malfunctioning or like not being able to find my place again or whatever. So I'm gonna return that on Libby, and we're gonna try that again eventually. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to really enjoy A Monstrous Regiment of Women and try to get through Fireborne, and we'll check in later this week. So I need you to come out of the chair. All right, this is where Mommy's gonna sit, and I need you to watch, and I need you to tell me, do I look good?
Do you look good?
Do I look good?
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's been another busy week. So I haven't had as much time to read as I wanted to, but I have read at least a little bit every night. So let's give you a quick update. Parker, hey. You have to leave the camera alone.
Okay.
This is going to be so much fun to edit. So, The Monstrous Regiment of Women has been so fun still. It's kind of too bad that I can only read about a chapter a night is all I really have time for, because I've really been loving just like Mary's character, and I've really been loving how she just is talking so much about her faith and different theology aspects. Like, she's been talking with Marjorie so much about just the scriptures. Like, I learned just like these cool things just because of her background in Greek and Hebrew, and it's been really fascinating learning all about just her Jewish background and what she knows about her theology. It's been fun. It's really slow action right now, which maybe is the reason why it's been harder for me to it's been harder for me to stay up later and read more. Parker is pretending to speak into a microphone. It's fine. But I'm hoping that we'll get, there have been a couple murders already. The action has been a little slow, but I think it's going to pick up soon, because I'm guessing another person is going to die, and then Mary's going to realize we have like a real case on our hands. Maybe she already realizes that and she's already trying to figure out. It's hard to tell because she only tells you like so much of what she's thinking. So anyway, I'm excited for it to get a little more exciting. I have been reading a little bit more of Fireborne on my phone, and it was funny. I was complaining about how like I never want to get back to it because it's like not the most exciting plot, and then suddenly things got like a little intense for a while, and I was like, oh, this is really good. And now it's a little bit like it's slowed down again. I don't know. So I'm kind of like, I just haven't had a lot of time to get back to it. So it's just kind of hard to like sink into it, but I still want to finish it, so hopefully I can listen to it a little bit more. I am really enjoying the conflict between like this one love triangle that's going on. It's very well done. Like it's very different. It's not like, oh, who do I love more? It's very complicated relationships that like it's realistically believable about why there's this kind of love triangle conflict. So. Last thing is that I got this book from the library, the Boneshard Emperor, and I am just so excited. It's book 2 in the Boneshard Daughter series. I'm so excited to read it because book 1 was a lot of fun. Book 1 wasn't like perfect and I had complaints about it, but I still had a lot of fun with it. And I have high hopes that book 2 will be even better. So I'm just excited to eventually getting around to reading this, and I don't know when it will be, but eventually. Thanks for watching, and hope y'all have a good week and get to pass more books yourselves.